Today we're talking with Ievy Stamatov about a bunch of various things, including
anxiety,
first date traumas,
and the dystopian future. Ooh.
We're here today with Ievy Stamatov.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hello, thanks for having me. I love y'all.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. It's cold.
Yeah,
It's
is
cold. I wish it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. So
Yeah. I agree with that. We were just talking before we started recording about different ways of experiencing anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I feel like it's like a corset type thing around my chest whenever I experience anxiety. Or another way I've described it is like a swarm of bees, like clustering on my chest, like hanging out on my chest. It's like,
but not stinging you.
not stinging me.
Okay.
Just making that horrible,
Right.
horrible
Oh,
sound.
yes. Yeah.
That's how I experience.
Yeah. Mine was like, it was like poking, and I didn't even know that I was anxious.
Where do you feel the poking?
In my whole stomach and my like uterus and area. Uterus and area.
Uterus and area.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, I've had it when I like smoked weed, and I didn't like put the two together. But then I got it a different time that I wasn't smoking weed, but I was very, very nervous about something, anxious even. And then I put the two together with when someone told me what to do, when someone told me what was going on. And now I know.
Yeah, I also, like, it took me a while to realize that my anxiety was anxiety. Like, I remember as a kid playing hide and seek, and I was in a hiding spot, and I was, like, nervous that I'd be found or whatever. And I remember this odd feeling, and I remember just being like, why am I feeling this? And later I was like, oh, I was anxious.
Yeah.
I was anxious.
Yeah, it's so
It was
weird.
anxiety.
Bizarre, hey?
Yeah.
It is very crazy when you find out that like your emotions can have physical manifestations.
Yeah.
That kind of blew my mind.
I
For sure.
recently, I'm still feeling the effects, but recently I woke up, and just like that, I had numb feet and numb legs.
Oh.
And I was like, what is this? I went to the doctor, got my blood work. I was like, maybe I have a B12 deficiency, maybe I'm nutrition, whatever. All my blood work was fine. So it's
Weird.
like, I have no, like, I think it was just anxiety.
Yeah.
And it was like numb for
Yeah.
like a week.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that's
Yeah.
so stressful.
Yeah.
That's really stressful.
Yeah.
That used to happen to me, well, sort of like when I was a kid, a couple of times I would like woke up and I couldn't like move my legs at all. And then we went to the doctor and like nothing was wrong.
Yeah.
And then they started working again.
They
But I
started
don't know
working.
why they stopped.
Same. Yeah. They
So
started working. My legs
so
started
scary.
working. Thank God. Actually, in that moment, I was like, I am so grateful to be able-bodied. Like,
Oh, yeah.
this is scaring the shit out of me, and I'm just like numb a little bit.
Yeah.
I think for sure any kind of change is in terms of your physical health is always very jarring.
Even just a little cut on your finger is like, well, now I have to function way different.
Yeah.
I can't be flipping papers all haphazardly like I usually do.
No, exactly. You're totally right there, Jordan.
So Ievy Stamatov is a comedian who runs a weekly show Wednesday nights, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Refinery. Make sure to check that out.
Yeah, we love it. It's very fun.
Yes, it's a super fun show.
I'm so glad that you think we are fun,
You are.
Yeah, you're
because
great.
we also think we're fun,
Good.
and comedy should be fun.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, 100%. So every week we bring in a dating rule that we have thought of. This week, it's about first dates.
Yep.
And our rule is that first dates are...
They are.
I thought you were going to finish my
Oh,
sentence,
sure.
Jordan.
But I thought, okay, yeah, sure.
You thought
I just thought since one of us went on a first date recently.
Okay, so I went on a first date today. So I'm going to say that first dates are make or break. That's what I'm going to
Oh, yeah.
say. How do we feel about that?
True.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say false because
Oh.
my current girlfriend, who I love very much, didn't really like me that much after our first date. I'm
Oh,
gonna call her
yeah.
out on this. I've called her out a bunch in private, but I'm doing it in public. She didn't like me that much, or maybe she was like,
Yeah.
you know. Went on a second date. She was in love with me.
Really?
Mhm.
How on earth did you get her to go on a second date if she was like, on the first date?
Well, that's the thing is, okay, so full disclosure, I had another date the night before. So I was like not on my, I was tired, I was hungover, but I really wanted to see her. So I don't know if I was like, my most charismatic self. so I walked away and I was like, oh my God, like she didn't, oh my God, I just like really messed it up. I walked away and I was like gonna just ask her, and then before I could ask her, she asked me. So she just was like, you know what, we had so much in common, it would be a shame not to go on a second date.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So
Wow.
That's a happy ending story.
How long has it been?
it's been a year and a bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. I also went on a date with my boyfriend a year before we started dating, and we didn't start dating, and then now we are.
Oh,
So,
really?
I guess I'm also on her side. But also, he's a friend, so I think if it were it wasn't a bad date though, but if it were a bad date, and then I also didn't know them in my regular life, then I would probably be done with it.
Yeah. Okay.
But since he was a friend, it was around more. I
Yeah.
kept remembering him.
Right.
You're like, oh yeah, this person
Oh, yeah.
exists. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't stop thinking about him.
Why? What do you think, Anna?
I guess like for me, the thing about a first date is the thing that's make or break for me is definitely the conversation. So, did I say that weird?
No, I've heard a little bit about your date today.
Oh yeah. I was for sure ranting about it earlier. I'm very upset about it. It was just, I hate it when you're on a date and you're the one carrying the entire weight of the conversation. And I feel like some people we're better skilled in that sense. And if you're not, maybe step up, take some sort of dating class. You know?
I'm not good at it.
Well, step up, Jordan.
If you listen back to any of these podcast episodes, you'll see.
But you have a certain charm. You know?
Thank you.
Did this person not have the charm?
There was
to
no
pull that off?
charm. If you're gonna be quiet and not ask
Better be
questions,
hot.
you better be hot,
Yeah.
or you better be fucking charming.
Okay, good.
Because I would say I wouldn't say that you're not good at conversations.
No, but I'm not so much in the steering seat as you are.
You're not in the steering seat, but you have a different quality that makes up for it, I guess.
Okay.
And I've never been like, oh, Jordan, like I've never felt like I was carrying the weight of a conversation. I was like, oh, this is just quiet time with Jordan. Sometimes we'll just be
so
walking
funny.
and there's like
Yeah.
a minute of silence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's okay. It's just
It is okay, right?
time
I
for
don't
us to
mind
be
it.
quiet. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind
Yeah.
being quiet. I don't like it if we're in a first time meeting situation and it seems like the other person is like, oh, this date is going so well, and you're like, no, I'm just making you think that because I'm doing all the fucking work.
Yeah.
Because I'm asking all the questions. I'm pretending to be interested / trying really hard to be interested in
Yeah.
whatever it is you're saying, and be like, oh, that's so interesting. How did that make you feel, or why did you decide to do this? And so me and my roommate the other day, we were like, oh, it's mainly with men that this happens. A lot of the times when I go, and this has happened a lot when I've been on dates with men, is that I'm carrying the conversation and then they think that we had a really good date and they're like, oh, we should go out again. And I'm like, no, I worked really hard for that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it again. But then I recently had the same experience with a woman and it made me mad because I was like, no, I wanted the stereotype to be true. I wanted to have never had to go through that painful conversation experience again.
Yeah.
Because, so I've been using this app called Wobot for anxiety.
What is that?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
We're actually probably gonna get sponsored by them
Yeah,
soon.
we're for sure going to get sponsored by. Is this the second time I've
the second time. But I welcome it. Come on.
But so I've talked to Wobot a lot. This makes me sound like such a loser.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, fine. But I love using Wobot. It's essentially an AI text bot that is programmed with cognitive behavioral therapy sessions and things like that. So CBT therapy. And you talk to it and check in with it every day. And it's like, hey, how are you feeling? Do you want to talk about it? And you kind of just like text with it, which is really convenient because we're always on our phone. And anyway, so I was texting with Wobot about like first date anxiety, and something that Wobot brought up. God, I feel like I can't help it. I feel like a loser.
No, it's cool.
Okay, it's really cool. It's super cool. But something that Wobot brought up is that just means that I really value human connection. And like good human connection.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. The
Yeah.
fact that I'm frustrated with bad
Aw.
relationships or bad conversations means that I really do value good conversations
That's
and good
great.
connections. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people, and I've sort of like discovered this by like becoming closer with introverts, is that like like a lot of people don't necessarily put as much value on a conversation. Some people value more like, you know, just sharing space with someone or sharing experiences with someone. So yeah. Maybe you're just learning, you know, what your boundaries and expectations are. But
That's
also,
true.
you know, I agree. Step the fuck up on a date.
Yeah, on a date you really have to try.
Like at least be like a little bit fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been on a date and I've been like, well, okay, now I will talk to you about my past.
But that's the thing is, like, if I was on a hypothetical date with you, Jordan, even like a friend date, I'd just be like, this is so great. Like, I just love being in this space with ya.
No, that's nice.
But there are some people, where they're just like, you know, the worst people ever
And they're giving you
to hang
nothing.
out with.
Yeah.
And they're not hot and they're not charming.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have some.
You gotta have some. You good at
Even just
something?
bring me a pie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine if someone brought you like a cheesecake.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a good personality.
Yeah.
I've definitely like overcompensated by bringing treats to places my whole life. Like I once baked cookies and brought them to my political science class in university because I was like, I don't know anyone. I'm not good at political science.
But that's ingenious. How many
that's
friends
great.
did you make that day?
I don't know if I made that many, but
There's a lot of douchebags in political science.
Someone
class,
tweeted
actually.
about it. So
Really?
yeah, they were like, no, thanks so much. Hashtag poli-sci.
Hashtag poli-sci.
What a wild cohort you had.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I like to bring, it's not good that need to bring stuff somewhere. I don't know.
I think that's very sweet. I think that shows the value that you put on like shared experience, like Ievy was
Yeah,
saying.
that is true. I do like giving things and like doing tasks for people. I feel like that's something that I like to do.
And see,
Yeah.
I don't. Like, you know, when I have to like bring a card, sometimes I'm like, if I'm giving a gift, I'm like, do I have to have a card? Do I have to have a card?
Yeah.
Some people are like, I made you this card, and it's beautiful when you receive it. It's so nice.
Right.
Especially when people wrap gifts. They take
Oh,
the time
yeah.
to wrap gifts. I don't do that because
That's okay.
it's laborsome.
Yeah.
But it is nice.
That's true. And that does bring us to, like, I feel like a lot of people know about the sort of different ways that people show love, right? I feel like that's relative. Am I right? Like, that's relatively common knowledge of, like, there's gift giving, time shared. Do you know what I'm talking
No,
about?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking
No.
about? Oh, okay. I don't remember where. Do you remember where it's from?
No, I don't.
From, like, a book, probably.
Yeah. There's like 4
Oprah.
types, right?
Or
5?
I don't remember, but, like, some of them are. What are they?
Gift giving,
Yeah.
time shared, like compliments. What is it? That's not how it's worded, but
Compliments, sure.
Yeah. What's another one?
I don't know, but there's more.
I'm gonna look them up quickly.
Oh yeah, quickly look. Yeah, so it's just different ways that people show and give love and receive love. So if, say for instance, you're someone who's a big gift giver like Jordanne, and that is how you give love, and that's also how you receive love. If Jordanne and you were in a relationship or friendship or whatever, and you never gave Jordanne gifts, for instance, and that was the only way that she experienced love or like received love.
That'd be so sad.
I know that's not how.
Yeah.
That's not how. It's just an example.
Yeah.
But then that might translate to like feelings hurt,
Yeah.
and that has happened with
Right.
me and my a friend of mine where for her. She's very much like a. We got into a huge fight about it, but she's very much like a, like makes food for you, or you know, there's like physical like ways that she goes out of her way for you. Like, oh, I made this like. I figured out what we're gonna do today. I made this itinerary, you know,
Right.
or like I made you lunch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love that, and that definitely feels like love, but that's not how I give love. For
Yeah.
me, it's more like time shared.
Yeah.
I
I found them once.
Oh, you found them? Yeah, let's hear them.
So the 5 love languages are receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, and physical touch.
Yeah, so acts of service would be the way that she gives love, whereas for me, it's quality time.
Right.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And are you able to? Are there like blurred?
Oh, yeah.
Blurred kind of people who.
You can be like multiple.
Oh,
Right.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I be all of them?
Yeah. I think so.
You can be anything you want.
Yeah, no, that makes so much sense because when I think about myself, I'm a lot less likely to do. What is it? The one is the The gifts.
Yeah,
The
there's
service.
yeah service.
But the service
One
can
of them
also
is
be
gifts,
like
one of them
picking
service, I
up
think.
something from the dry clean,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
Or like
Yeah.
making the bed for them. Or
Right,
like
right.
doing the dishes. I love doing all that stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know why. My favorite thing. This is my absolute favorite thing. When someone is away, I love to do like everything I can before they get back.
That's really nice.
Someone like leaves the room. I'm like, okay, what can I do before they get back in here?
Oh, like away, like out of the room.
Out of the
Like,
room.
to the bathroom.
Yeah, if someone goes to the bathroom, I'm like, let me just fix this place up a bit.
I thought you meant like when they go away to like on a
No.
trip.
No.
Nope. Okay.
Anywhere.
They just walk back in. They're like, did you move stuff?
I'm like, yeah, I did.
Can you not touch my thing?
I'm like, no.
So Evie, do you have some sort of like a dating, love, relationship rule?
I do. I brought one.
Yeah.
I brought one. I think that you should, for as long as you can, avoid saying baby and babe in a couple. And because it's gonna happen. It's gonna. I didn't think it was gonna happen to me. For my whole life, I was like, I fucking hate. Because for me, for the longest time, it was like the bro-y kind of like babe,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
you know, like the girl, babe, babe, babe,
Right.
babe, babe. But it eventually happened. But so drag it on as long as you can, and try not to do it in public if you do.
It's a good rule.
It's disgusting when you hear college or couples
Yeah.
call each other baby. It's
It's very
disgusting, and
weird.
I know I'm disgusting.
Uh-huh.
I really do. So drag it on as long as you can.
It's so weirdo. Why does everyone do that?
I don't know. It's not. Yeah. I don't know. Do you? Do you?
No. I'm starting to say
Because you're not disgusting.
I'm starting to say bub and like bubby. Like
Oh.
if we ever
Like
hurt
he's your
himself,
like
I s-
grandpa?
And you like clean up his
Yeah.
apartment.
But I try not to so much. But it's more of like if he ever like hits his hand on the table or something, I go, "Oh, bubby," like that. But it's not too far yet. But I
Right.
do feel it coming.
I am the opposite with like just people in my life. I call everybody, and people have told me that they've been hurt by learning this fact.
Oh no.
But I call everybody like pet names all the time. I'm like boo, boopy, schmoopy, schmoo,
Yeah.
schmubbala, bubbala. And then like when people have learned that I have those, I share those nicknames with other people. They're like, I thought I was the only
I
one.
was the only
I thought I was your
boopy.
only schmoo. But do you
But-
do that in romantic relationships? Because I think it's
No,
tricky.
I
Because
don't.
I'll sometimes,
No.
you know, I call all my buddies little angel babies, you know, cuties.
Yeah.
But when it's in a romantic relation, everyone around you is bothered by it, and I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I would take it a step further, and I wish no one would ever kiss in public. I just, and like, I mainly feel like this when I'm like sad and single. I mean, I'm single now, but I'm not sad right now.
Right, yeah, yeah.
So I don't feel that way right now. But like, I get so mad.
Aw.
Anybody ever
gross.
kissing or holding hands, I'm like, unless it was like something that we did, because I I hate it. I hate it. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel lonely. And I'm like, why aren't we that intimate with our friends? And like, why isn't that something that we encourage more of, like being intimate with, like, and showing that intimacy with our friends as well, which is something that like I've started to consciously try and introduce in my life. And I mean, Jordanne, you're pretty good at that. And I feel like we do show our love to each other.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And I really value that. But it's not something that I have with everyone, and it like frustrates me because like we also don't know, I feel like as a society, how to like give and receive that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's like our modern society too. I recently came across like there was, I guess, like historical photos of men, like best male friends from like, I don't know when exactly the year was, but it's when like, you know, you had to stand still for a really long time for the photo to take.
Oh yeah.
And men are like holding hands, sitting beside each other, like holding each other's hands, and it's like, yeah. And my parents are Bulgarian, and like they'll always bring up too, like my mom especially is like, you know, back home, like we would just like hold our friends' hands as we walk
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
the street, and we don't do that here. I'm like, it's so true.
Yeah.
Like what
it's
happened?
just a nice thing.
Yeah.
It is. And I too, like with my friends too, I love like kissing them on the forehead. Like I think it's like the cutest thing ever because you love them. You
Yeah.
love them. I don't know. I don't know. So you don't want to see people make out on the street
until
except
it's norm for everyone to do it.
Okay, got it. So yes, okay,
That's fair.
Thank
fair
you.
enough.
We can give her. Hey, everyone, let's give her that.
That one thing. That's all I ask.
If you're confused, deal with it.
Yeah.
So we do this thing, this fun segment called "Would You Date Them?"
Okay.
So we're gonna ask you to put on these nifty headphones and listen to a clip. Do we know where the clip is from, Jordan?
The clip is from Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
I love the way you said that in such an announcer
This
voice.
clip is
The clip
from
is from Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
And so you're going to listen to the clip and then let us know afterwards if you would date this person.
Got it.
So if you wouldn't mind putting on the headphones now.
You can let us know if it's too loud for you or too quiet.
And here we go.
I thought DC was everything. And I was wrong. You. You're everything. I love you. And I'm not gonna stop loving you. I can't live without you. I don't want to live without you. And I'm gonna do everything in my power to prove it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Where there was an owl in the background there
Was
that
there?
was confusing. Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't see that in the. Maybe I added that.
Yeah. I would not date this person.
No?
I would not. The breathiness is creeping me out. There's a lot of desperate tones there,
Yeah.
you know. It's just all very despy to me.
Yeah, he was very needy.
Right. It's a needy sort of thing. I mean, I don't know I don't know the background of this.
Well, if the girl doesn't date him, they'll both be killed. No, it's not true.
Oh, okay. High stakes. Wow. Yeah. No, this has got red flags all over it for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So when you say despy, you mean desperate?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So like, and what is it about the way that he was talking that came off very desperate? Just his like the way that he said it, his tone, and his like breathiness, like you said.
Right. Yeah. It just like the it was so extreme. Everything
Yeah.
was. I mean, how are you gonna know
Yeah.
how you feel in forever? You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had people. Well, I don't know if I should really say all that.
No, you should. Yeah.
I've had people say like crazy love, like, you know, when someone tells you like, oh, I love you, I want to
Yeah.
be with you forever,
Yeah.
like that sort of thing. And then it's like, whoa. Like, we're starting from nothing. You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
Yes. Yeah. That's definitely overwhelming. I used to think that I wanted someone to say the words to me that I'd always heard in rom-coms of like, I never stopped. Like, there was a couple main phrases that I wanted to hear. I never stopped thinking about you. You're the love of my life. And like, I wish we never broke up. And then I actually heard those words from a guy who we had broken up when we were younger. And then we met up again when we were older. And I heard those words and I was like, get me out of this basement. I'm going to die here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And like actually hearing those words is so different and it is so scary actually
Yeah.
hearing those words when you haven't seen someone in so long.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you haven't even had conversations with them in like years.
Yeah.
You know, people change like even day to day and then you think of how much a person goes through within like a year, within 4 years. You're like,
Yeah.
how do you even know
Yeah.
that you would like the new me?
The
How do
new
you-
Ana-Marija is crazy.
She's nuts.
Stay away.
She's got a motorcycle. I wish.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that's a lot of time. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know, did people just not change as much back then or something? Like, I don't think that's true.
No.
People are always changing.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like some weird, I don't know, like fantasy
Yeah.
that became like the norm, the narrative.
I think like the neo romance, like the romantic, you know, words that I would want to hear is like, I don't know, nothing is for certain in this life, but I'll work at it every day.
that's great.
And if it doesn't work out and we're actually better apart, then we'll be fine and we'll be gracious to one another.
Yeah.
I
that's
love
nice.
you right now.
That's amazing.
You know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What would be your neo romance
I
words
don't
you
want
wanna
to get. I'm gonna get emotional. I best not.
I best not trough into that.
Well, actually,
I feel like maybe my neo romance words would be, babe, I saw you from across the way, and I like your motorcycle. Let's go. All of that was made up.
I feel like your real neo-romance words would be like, so Ana-Marija, what are your interests and hobbies?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that would
enough about me.
Oh my god, that honestly, I feel loved right now. You just saying that for pretend makes me feel really good.
Yeah, pretend stuff equals real emotions, I think.
Yeah, I agree with
That's why
that.
ASMR is so popular.
Oh.
Are you an ASMR person?
Hell no. Oh my god, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's
so
very weird.
I'm sorry to anyone who is listening to that.
No, I'm big. I love ASMR.
Do
I'm
you?
not offended at all. Yeah.
Why do you like it?
It's so they're called Well, we're called tinglers.
Jesus. This world has gone.
You know what? Earlier you felt like a loser.
Is this the time now?
Now's the time.
Oh, okay, cool.
But before you were totally cool. No, you're not a loser.
Oh, okay, cool. It's like so anybody who experiences the tingle sensation of like, so if you've ever felt like a tingliness when somebody plays with your hair or like whispers softly in your ear, it's that same sensation replicated.
And you like that? Because I hate it.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Like
yeah,
for me, I'm like, ugh. Get out of my space. I'm vulnerable. You know?
No, I really like it. Yeah, I don't know, and like a bunch of people use it, I guess. I don't really like, I'm not super into the community, so I wouldn't necessarily identify as a tingler. Jordanne can't stop laughing at that word. But I do enjoy the videos that I've seen. And I actually enjoy the like funny ones. There's some funny ones.
It's so foreign to me. Do you actually feel like relaxed from them?
Yeah. Like, I mean, not really relaxed. I don't know, maybe like different people feel differently. It's just like a cool sensation.
And you put
like
headphones on?
Yeah. Like it's not something that I'm like, that I would listen to go to bed. It's something that I would listen to like experience a different sensation than like every day.
Right.
Okay.
It's like a roller coaster, but in your bedroom.
So actually, a friend of mine and I were talking about this, but we were talking about the idea that like we feel like the next sort of economy that's going to flourish is like what we've dubbed, and I'm sure somebody else has said this before, maybe, I don't know, maybe not, but is like the idea of an intimacy economy. So like we see that with like professional cuddlers coming up, like friends for hire, and like ASMR. All these things are like very intimate experiences that will become more and more important as like we get more and more isolated in capitalism
And the world floods.
and the world floods.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we will see that. And it's like, it's kind of scary too, because it's like every dystopian kind of like novel coming true.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, the friend for hire thing is really interesting. I know in Japan it's really big, especially because the culture and a lot of that, like, I mean, I don't know much about Japanese culture, but from what I've read, it's like a lot of these things, like, let's say like coming out as gay or something, is super, super like behind closed doors. So having a friend there just as like a buffer is like a huge market. But yeah, definitely here as well. I can see that. Does anyone here know anyone who's hired a friend?
No.
I had an idea for an app, and I wanted to call it, and this might be giving away my millions, but I'm just gonna share it anyway. I wanted to call it Oedipus because it was gonna be like a female, like an app where you like more for like upper, like rich middle-aged women to hire like young, hot, or just like male dates for like the various events they have to go to and appearances they have to go to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a market for that, like
Yeah.
especially as like women continue to be more powerful and make more money.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I like the title of it too.
Yeah,
Sounds
right.
Really cool.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite part.
Because things like that do exist in terms of like sugar babies. 'Cause
Yes.
you can have sugar mamas, right?
Right.
So there are things like that, but I feel like something geared specifically towards women. So
Yeah.
it's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
Yeah. Get it.
And then contact Ievy Stamatov.
Copyright. Patent pending. See you in court.
So we are nearing our end to this to our
Sorry, that was weird.
no do it podcast. Take off your chippa, your hat, matey.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Me.
We're making
I'm
really
having
cool
a hard
noises.
time sitting in this chair today. I don't know if you've noticed. I've just been squeaking around. Hopefully you can't hear it in the audio.
Oh, I thought it was intentional. I thought all the squeaking was like
This is
yeah.
the charm. This is
Yeah.
the Jordanne charm.
Can you hear that? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, we're wrapping up.
Thank you so much, Ievy, for coming.
Yeah, you're great.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me. You know I
Um,
love you guys.
Aw,
Yeah.
we love you too. And you also have a web series that you're working on.
Yeah. I've been working with Laura Cosimo and Sarah Campbell on their web series Cool Girls. So I'm directing the first episode of their kind of newer. They're expanding in Cool Girls DIY though. I guess is sort of the sequel. So that'll be coming out the first episode in July, and then we hope to make some more episodes for y'all. Maybe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
So at the end of each episode, we do the best high five in the entire world.
All right.
So we're just going to kind of go with the flow
Yeah.
and see what happens.
All right.
So, just-
we're reaching out. We're reaching out our hands. Our hands are touching. The tips of our hands are touching, and now we're clasping. We're clasping, and now
Yeah.
we're shaking. Hey, that was a really good,
That was really good.
high
Did you like
five.
Wow. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Thank you
'Cause that,
so
we
much.
love that.
Thanks
love it
for
so
letting
much.
me into that.
Yeah, of
That was
course.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.